So I was working today and I was just having blading on the brain, like wanting to go skate, doing anything but work, and wanting to just go out there and lock in some grinds. And man, I feel like I'm 16 again. While I was working, I was farting off and I discovered a couple websites that actually show you what grinds are supposed to look like and how they're supposed to be performed and the proper terms and nomenclature for them. I remember back in the day, growing up, you had to watch the videos to find out like how to do certain tricks. They weren't like readily available. Now YouTube's proliferant and just YouTube is everywhere and pros are everywhere. But back in the day, it was like a VHS or a DVD. That was it. So what I wanted to do was come and show you guys what some of these websites are that show you what a grind should look like and how to perform it. We'll go over a couple and then like a really cool YouTube channel that actually inspired me to get back into skating. So we'll go ahead and kick it off and go from there. So what we have here, and what I'm going to try to explain is, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. What I'm trying to do is just showcase what I found that I thought was really cool, and that someone else might think is pretty cool too. So this website is skateyeg.com. It's called the Book of Grinds. And what it showcases is all the types of different grinds, groove tricks, and special named grinds with variations. So, as you can see here, you got your acid, mistrial, X grind, Mizu, hot dog, pork sole, negative tea kettle, Macchio, just name a few. You come over to the groove grinds, it's got like, full torque, front side, unity, backside. No, they don't have Savannah. That's a hot topic. I didn't even know that was a thing until I got back into like skating. Apparently the difference between a unity and a Savannah or something, I don't know. People are always arguing online about it. But then they also have like special name grinds, like the fish brain, UFO, which to me is just a really like what they call a steezed out front side. And so what you'll see is like if you click on a grind, it'll actually show you with a blender animation, I might add, which is actually pretty cool, how the trick is supposed to be formed and like what direction. So you have a POV, you can look at it from the left angle, the right angle, front, back, and above, which really for me, especially just looking at it left or back, to see how the grind is supposed to be performed is actually really helpful in the fact that I don't remember how some of these tricks go. And so even today, if I'm not looking for it and I don't know what the name is called, I always kind of like brain fart and don't like can't figure it out. What's really cool is they have a description, and some of them, I think like the Macchio will tell you who was discovered or created the grind by, which I think is pretty cool. They also do air grabs, and so I know today, I was hoping to film a gap that I wanted to do, and so the gap was kind of formidable and required me to hop onto something and then gap a huge patch of grass into the street. And so I wanted, obviously, not to just like, jump over it, jumbo, but I wanted to do a grab. And so what I ended up doing was actually coming back home and looking this up. But by the time I actually figured out what grab I wanted to do, whether it was going to be Japan or, I think I set on a Japan grab or a judo grab, it was too dark and I don't have lighting, so we're gonna have to leave it up to another day. And the weather was just really crappy today, like real humid, like it felt like it wanted to rain all day, and real overcasty, so it probably wouldn't have been a good day anyways. But they've got like learning like skate position basics, what a sole grind is, what a groove grind or an H-block grind is, typical front side, back side, negative sole, inner sole, and just talks about why it's called that and like why it exists. Frame channels, which I didn't even know that was a thing, like personally. And then what's really cool is like they have a suggested grind progression. So you can actually see like, hey, you should probably learn a Makio and then roll into a Mizu, then a Soul, then an Acid, then a Sidewalk grind, and then, you know, the forbidden word P-Star. For me personally, the first trick I ever learned was a Soul grind. I didn't even think about doing a Mizu. I didn't even know this was the thing. So when I did my Soul and found out you do a Mizu, and then a topside, pretty much a topside foot grab, which is a fish brain, I had no idea those existed. So for getting back into blading and trying on their recommendations to do a front side is probably like not the first thing I should end up doing. So I think I might take this list and actually just knock these tricks back out on the next time I go out and just, you know, get comfortable with the basics. I don't know if it's because my skates are new or if I'm skating on an unwaxed surface, but it's metal coping in the skate park, so I don't understand why I'm not sliding, but for some reason I'm not sliding. I think I might try to solve that issue and actually try to figure this out and relearn my Mizus, my Souls, my Acid. They also talk about skating with style, so that, you know, like how to loosen up and like squat low, get on the ledge or rail and just, you know, make it your own. And then what's really cool is they have like learning channels on YouTube. They link you to channels that you can learn from. And I remember Aggressive Mall back in the day had like a lot of good videos coming around like on the early start of YouTube and stuff. What I wanted to showcase, another website, was Skamidan. I think that's how you say it. I could be butchering it. I think this guy's over in Germany, and his videos are given on a list of like basics to like legend. And the basics, he goes over like proper body positioning, skating at the skate park, dropping in, sitting in, jumping in, 180s, then like the front side stall, Makio stalls, then the grinds and all that stuff. He doesn't really have like, he's got like a curbs and rail kind of like link, and I think these open up. Yeah. And it links to a YouTube video that he's created on how to do like the Mizu grind, or you know, certain grinds, not all of them, which I think is why the book of grinds is like really important to like have bookmarked, and having videos to roll back into, because you can get the concept conceptually, I guess, but then when you go out and watch a video of somebody doing it, it kind of cements it like a little bit better. But then the other thing I wanted to show you guys is the Back to Blading channel. For me, Back to Blading has been like really cool and helped me get back into blading. Lawrence used to run 50/50, and 50/50 was like a frame I always wanted to skate, but just never had the money as a kid to like buy new frames. I just skated the same old Featherlight 2s that I had for like the longest time, or I've just got a new skate with a stock frame. He's also come out with his own skate, which I'm kind of eager to try at some point. I've been hearing mixed things about it, but ultimately pretty good stuff. That'll pretty much do it. All I wanted to do was just like showcase some of those things. They're not new, they've been around a while, but some people might not be aware of them. And so for me, it's helped looking those up and trying to figure out like, you know, how's that supposed to be done? How would I perform that? Albeit just from like, you know, instead of watching videos, which come in handy. Don't forget to, I guess, like the video, share the video, comment. Definitely comment. I love talking to you guys because I feel like there's nobody in my area that skates except one other person I met out of like happenstance. And it was like a random Sunday afternoon. Keep you know, liking the video, share it with your friends if they need to find these links. Like, you know, I just want to put the word out there. I found it while I was working, so I just want to like let you guys know. But I appreciate all the support, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.